what we're going to do is we're going to essentially almost recreate our solenoid in a simpler version, right? So what we're going to do this Helmholtz coil is we're going to have two coils like this, right? And they have a lot of loops on each to kind of amplify their effect, okay? And so what they're going to do is similar to what we did before, is they're going to create a magnetic field inside. They're going to create a magnetic field that is pointing in one direction or the other, right? So in this case, let's say we make a field like this. Okay. Now, we're going to put a particle in here and we're going to move it. Okay, so when we do this, you're going to see something a little bit strange, right? So let's say I put my particle in here and I start moving it upwards. So we've already seen that this will result in my force moving into the screen. But what's going to happen is that's actually going to deflect the path of where we're going here. So I'm going to put here side view. The side view of what we just did. If this is front, okay. Now we're going to look from the side. Here's my coil, and my magnetic field now is coming out of the page, right? So now we can see our charge that's moving upwards, and it's actually being forced in this direction. This is my force, right? So you guys have seen this before. If you remember from physics 1, this is uniform circular motion is what's going to end up happening if we have our force or our acceleration always perpendicular to our velocity, right? So we've seen this before. Because what's going to happen eventually, let's go ahead, let's make this tiny. Okay, is eventually my positive charge is going to be here, and it's going to start moving this direction, right? Because it's going to be deflected from this direction over here. But when it does that, if we use the right-hand rule again, thumb in the direction of where it's moving, and then my finger is kind of out of the page, you'll see that it's being pushed down now. So now my force is going to be this way. And then, of course, you guys kind of see this pattern already. My positive charge will start moving in the downward direction, but when it does this, my force is always perpendicular, so now it's moving this way. And then, lastly here, this way, and so my force is pointing towards the center. So hopefully you guys can see this now. So what you'll end up doing is just making a loop. Okay, so you'll make a loop with your charge, in this case in the clockwise direction. Okay, so that's what's going to happen in this coil, is we're going to have some sort of looping motion.